Ladies and gentlemen, success isn't something that happens by accident, and it's certainly not something that falls into your lap. It's a product of consistent daily actions that, over time, lead to extraordinary results. You see, habits are the building blocks of your future. And just like you can build a house with the right materials, you can build a life with the right habits. But here's the reality: developing good habits isn't always easy. It's not about waiting for the right moment or hoping the right motivation will strike you. It's about forcing yourself to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. If you wait for motivation, you'll be waiting forever. And motivation comes and goes like the weather, but discipline, that's something you can count on every single day. You don't have to feel like doing the right thing. You just have to do it. And eventually, over time, you'll look back and realize that those small, seemingly insignificant actions are the ones that shape your destiny. Force yourself to take action when you don't feel like it. Force yourself to work on your goals when the world is telling you to slow down. The more you push yourself, the stronger those habits will become, and the more they will work for you, not against you. So remember, the future you want is created by what you do today. So don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Force yourself now and let your habits create the life you deserve. The actions you take daily are what form the foundation for your future success. The right habits will make success inevitable. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is something you can rely on every day. Don't wait for the right moment. Create it with consistent effort. The little things you do every day, like reading for 10 minutes or exercising for 30, compound over time. These small actions become big achievements. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent. A small step forward is still progress, and progress is what leads to success. You will face days when you don't feel like doing the work. Push through those moments. It's in the tough moments where your character is built. It may be hard at first, but keep doing it. The more you practice good habits, the easier they will become and the stronger you'll grow. Don't just focus on what you want to achieve. Focus on how you're going to achieve it. The right habits will carry you through to your goals. The power of habit lies in consistency. A single action repeated over time will shape your future far more than a burst of effort here and there. Surround yourself with people and things that support your good habits. The right environment will make it easier to stay on track. Habits define you. If you want to become a better version of yourself, develop better habits now. Your future is created by your current actions. The truth is, your life, in many ways, is the sum total of your habits. Want to change the direction of your life? You don't have to make dramatic leaps. You simply need to shift the small, everyday actions you take. It's the little things that determine where you end up. Think about it. Your habits are the silent architects of your future. If you're consistently late, you'll find yourself struggling with opportunities in relationships. Right? If you habitually procrastinate, your dreams will remain distant and out of reach. On the other hand, if you form habits of discipline, consistency, and action, success will no longer be a question. It will be a natural result. Not saying you're not bound by your past. It doesn't matter where you started or what obstacles you faced. What matters is what you do today. If you develop the habit of making good choices, focusing on growth, and taking responsibility, you will unlock doors that were previously closed. It's these repeated small actions that will set you apart from the crowd and lead you toward the life you want. In a world that's constantly changing, your habits are the one thing you can control. You have the power to choose what you repeat every day. The good news is that the right habits will always work in your favor. They'll compound over time, bringing you closer to your goals, giving you strength when you need it, ultimately shaping a destiny that reflects who you've become by the actions you've taken consistently. Remember, success is not an event. It's a process, and it's a process built on the foundation of your daily habits. So choose wisely today and understand that those choices will shape everything that follows. Okay, motivation is a powerful force when it strikes, but it's unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. Sometimes you feel ready to conquer the world, and other times you feel like doing nothing at all. If you rely solely on motivation, you'll find yourself waiting a lot, waiting for that spark of inspiration to push you into action. But success isn't built on fleeting bursts of energy. It's built on something far more reliable. Discipline. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when you don't feel like it. It's what keeps you focused on your goals when distractions arise. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's showing up every day, whether you're feeling motivated or not. Motivation might push you forward on a good day, but discipline ensures you keep moving even when the path gets tough. Think about all the things you've ever achieved in your life. Were they the result of a single moment of motivation, or were they the product of showing up day after day, even when you didn't feel like it? Motivation may have started the fire, but discipline keeps the flames burning. It's what turns effort into results. This is what helps you build momentum. For you rely on discipline, you're not waiting for the stars to align or the perfect moment to arrive. You're taking control of the process, moving forward with consistent action. The key is to understand that your actions today set the tone for your future. If you wait for motivation, you'll end up waiting a long time. But if you cultivate the habit of discipline, it will carry you through the tough times and see you through to your goals. It's discipline that creates momentum, that builds strength, and that produces results when motivation has long since disappeared. In life, you have to learn to trust in your own ability to do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. This is the power of discipline. It turns ordinary actions into extraordinary achievements. So stop waiting for motivation to strike. Develop the discipline to do what needs to be done day in and day out, and you'll be amazed at the progress you make. The journey to success is often made up of small, seemingly insignificant actions that, when compounded over time, create massive results. Too many people think success comes from one big dramatic move. But the reality is, it's the consistent, everyday actions that truly make the difference. Small actions done repeatedly will lead you to where you want to go, even if they seem trivial in the moment. Imagine this. You want to be healthier, but you don't need to run a marathon tomorrow. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. All you need to do is take small, consistent steps. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Drink an extra glass of water. Go for a short walk. Each of these small actions, when done consistently, build up over time and have a bigger impact than you might expect. One healthy choice today leads to another tomorrow. And before you know it, you're living a healthier lifestyle without ever having to make a radical shift. The same principle applies to your financial life, your career, and your personal growth. You don't have to invest thousands of dollars or make a sudden breakthrough to start making progress. Start small, read a chapter of a book each day, save a small percentage of your income, commit to learning one new skill. Every little action compounds. It's the little things that add up to big results, and they don't require massive effort to begin with, just consistency. And we often get caught up in the idea of needing to make huge changes to get ahead. But what we fail to realize is that success is the sum of all the small decisions we make every day. The key isn't in doing something extraordinary once, it's in doing ordinary things consistently over time. These small actions lead to big results because they create momentum. One small step today makes tomorrow's actions easier, and before you know it, you're miles ahead of where you started. It's easy to underestimate the power of small actions, but it's the accumulation of these actions that builds the foundation for everything you achieve. It's like planting a seed today that, with consistent care, grows into something much larger tomorrow. So remember, don't wait for the perfect moment to make a big move. Start small and do what you can today. Take one step and then another and another. Over time, you'll find that those small actions have led you to extraordinary results. Too often, people get paralyzed by the idea of perfection. They wait for the right conditions for everything to fall into place or for the perfect moment to act. But the reality is, perfection is an illusion. It's not something you achieve overnight, and it's not something you should be waiting for. The key to success is focusing on progress, not perfection. Perfection can hold you back because it creates an unrealistic standard. When you're chasing perfection, you're setting yourself up for constant dissatisfaction. You're focused on an outcome that might not even exist. You'll never get everything exactly right every time. And if you make that your goal, you'll find yourself stuck in the cycle of trying to get things perfect rather than moving forward. And the problem with waiting for perfection is simple. You'll never get started. You'll never give yourself the opportunity to make mistakes, to learn, and to grow. Instead of aiming for perfection, shift your focus to progress. It's progress that matters, and progress comes from consistent effort, from learning from your mistakes, and from continually improving. Progress is about taking one step forward today, no matter how small, and then taking another tomorrow. It's about getting a little bit better every day, not being perfect every day. Such, you see, when you focus on progress, you're allowing yourself to move forward. Even if the path isn't flawless, it's about getting in the game, making things happen, and adjusting along the way. Every mistake you make is an opportunity to improve. Every failure is a lesson, and that's how you build momentum. You learn as you go, and you keep improving. Success doesn't require perfection. It requires the willingness to keep going, to keep growing, and to keep making progress. If you focus too much on perfection, you'll miss the chance to make real progress. You'll never start, and you'll never move ahead. But when you focus on progress, even small steps lead to big changes. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. You just need to start. So don't get discouraged by imperfections. Don't let the pursuit of perfection stop you from making progress. Take the next step and then the next. Keep moving forward no matter how small the steps may seem. Progress is what moves you towards your goals, and it's progress that ultimately leads to success. Every successful person faces moments when they feel like giving up. It's part of the process. No one is immune to the struggle, to the challenges, or to the times when everything seems harder than it should be. But here's the truth. Quitting is the one thing that guarantees failure. So if you give in to the urge to quit, you've closed the door on your potential. But if you resist it, if you push through those tough times, that's where the magic happens. There will be days when you feel like you've given everything and it still doesn't seem like enough. There will be days when you question whether it's worth it, whether it's all going to pay off. But in those moments, you must remind yourself the breakthrough is often just one more step away. Success isn't about avoiding obstacles, it's about pushing through them. It's about doing the hard work even when you don't feel like it. When you resist the urge to quit, you're teaching yourself resilience, persistence, and patience, qualities that all successful people share. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. It's easy to think that the struggle is a sign you're on the wrong path, but in reality, it's a sign that you're getting closer to where you want to be. The people who succeed are the ones who didn't give up when it got tough. They didn't let adversity define them, they used it to fuel their progress. They pushed through the tough times because they understood that success is not found in the absence of obstacles, but in the ability to overcome them. You must develop the mindset that quitting is never an option. It might take longer than you thought. It might not happen the way you imagined. But the moment you quit is the moment you've decided that you don't deserve success. And that's not true. You're capable of so much more than you realize, but you can only unlock that potential by pushing through the hard times. It's in the moments when you feel like quitting that you're truly being tested. These are the times that define your character, your work ethic, and your future. So when the urge to quit rises up, recognize it for what it is: a temporary feeling. It's a passing storm. But if you weather it, you'll come out stronger on the other side. Success doesn't belong to those who quit at the first sign of difficulty. It belongs to those who keep going, even when they want to stop. It belongs to those who resist the urge to quit and keep pressing forward, one step at a time. You have the power to overcome anything if you don't give up when things get tough. Keep going, because you are closer to your success than you think. The path to success is not always easy, and it's certainly not always fun. There are days when you don't feel like doing the work, when you're tired, distracted, or simply don't have the motivation to push forward. But here's the key: you have to force yourself to do it, especially when you don't feel like it. You don't wait for the perfect moment or for motivation to strike, you act anyway. And over time, that's what turns effort into habit. At first, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like a struggle. And that's okay. Nothing worthwhile comes without effort. But here's the thing: the more you force yourself to take action, even when you don't feel like it, the more it becomes ingrained in you. The key is to keep showing up, no matter how you feel. The first few days, weeks, or even months might feel like a battle, but consistency is what turns resistance into routine. The power of a habit is that it becomes automatic. When you first start, you might have to push yourself every single day. You might have to remind yourself why you're doing it, and you might not see immediate results. But if you force yourself to do the right things, even when it's hard, those actions will start to stick. They will become part of who you are, part of your daily rhythm. And then before you know it, the hard work becomes second nature. You can't wait for motivation or inspiration to strike. You have to create that momentum yourself. You have to commit to doing what's necessary, even when you don't feel like it. When you push yourself through those moments, you're teaching yourself discipline. And discipline is what will carry you through to the results you want. The key to success isn't waiting for a perfect moment or hoping things will get easier. It's about forcing yourself to do the work day after day. And here's the reward: once those actions become habits, you won't have to force yourself anymore. They will become automatic, part of your daily life. It will no longer be a struggle to do what needs to be done. In fact, you'll find that it's harder not to do it. Your progress will be the result of small, consistent actions that, over time, have built the habits of success. So don't wait for things to feel easy or natural. Force yourself even when it's uncomfortable, and over time you'll see the results. The more you push yourself, the more those actions will become second nature, and that's when success becomes inevitable. Keep going, because every day you force yourself to do the work, you're building a stronger, more successful version of yourself. Too many people focus solely on their goals. thinking that achieving those goals will be the key to their success. They set big, audacious dreams, and while that's important, they often overlook the most crucial factor, the habits that will get them there. Goals are important, but habits are what turn those goals into reality. Without the right habits, your goals will remain nothing more than wishful thinking. It's tempting to dream big and set lofty objectives, but a goal without a system to achieve it is just a dream that stays out of reach. If you want to make progress, you need to focus on the daily actions that will get you there. It's not the goal itself that makes you successful, it's the habits you build along the way. The key is to develop the habits that will support your success before you even focus on the destination. Let's take a closer look at this. If your goal is to lose weight or get healthier, you might think that the goal itself is what matters. But in reality, the success lies in the habits you create, the habit of eating healthier, the habit of exercising regularly, the habit of getting enough sleep. If you focus on developing those habits first, achieving the goal becomes a natural byproduct of the actions you're already taking. Without those habits, the goal remains just that something to chase, not something to achieve. When you focus on building the right habits, you're setting up a system that supports your growth, progress, and success. It's the small, consistent actions that compound over time to bring you closer to your goals. The beauty of habits is that they are repeatable. Once you've built a positive habit, it becomes part of your life, and it no longer requires the same amount of effort to maintain. You don't have to think about it, it just becomes part of who you are. This approach is powerful because habits create momentum. Once you're in the rhythm of positive habits, the results will start to show up on their own. And when you build the right habits, the goals you once thought were far out of reach will come closer with each passing day. You have to realize that your habits are what determine your success, not the goals alone. You can set all the goals in the world, but if you don't have the systems in place to achieve them, you'll find yourself stuck. Focus on building the habits that will make success inevitable, and let your goals be the natural outcome of your efforts. The results you want will follow as a direct result of the actions you take every single day. The secret isn't in having a big goal, but in mastering the daily habits that will lead you there. When you make those habits your focus, you'll find that achieving your goals is not only possible, but inevitable. Start with the habits, and the goals will take care of themselves. The difference between those who achieve great things and those who don't often comes down to one simple factor: consistency. Anyone can have a great day, a week, or even a month. But it's the people who can show up every day, regardless of circumstances or how they feel, who ultimately reach their goals. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Think about anything that's worth achieving in life. It's not the occasional burst of effort that leads to success. It's the ongoing day in, day out commitment to showing up and doing the work. Success doesn't happen in one grand moment. It's the result of small, steady actions repeated over time. Every day you put in the effort, every day you stick to your plan, you're building momentum. And that momentum is what leads to the extraordinary results you're after. Most people give up too soon. They start something with enthusiasm, work at it for a short time, and when the results aren't immediate, they lose faith. They think that just because they didn't see a major breakthrough in the first few weeks, it's not working. But success isn't a one-time event, it's a process. It's the result of showing up, doing the work, and staying committed even when you don't feel like it. This is the power of consistency. There will be days when things don't go as planned, when challenges arise, or when progress seems slow. That's when consistency becomes your greatest ally. It's easy to show up when everything's going well, but the real test is showing up when it's hard. The people who are successful aren't the ones who avoid the hard days, they're the ones who push through them. They understand that progress, even when it's slow, is still progress. And that progress adds up over time. Think of consistency as the tool that chisels away at your goals. You might not see a massive transformation today or even tomorrow, but if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the effort, over time, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Consistency compounds. It turns small actions into big results. It's the difference between just dreaming about success and actually achieving it. Don't get discouraged by the size of the task or the amount of time it seems to take. Success is built on 1,000 small steps, not one giant leap. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how slow. It's the consistent, everyday actions that lead to the massive success you desire. Keep showing up. Keep doing the work. And remember, consistency is what separates the successful from the ones who quit too soon. The environment you create around yourself plays a massive role in shaping who you are and what you accomplish. You might not realize it, but the people you associate with, the physical space you inhabit, and the influences you allow in your life are all having a profound impact on your results. If you want to achieve something great, you need to recognize that your environment will either propel you towards success or pull you away from it. Look at the people around you. Are they supportive? Do they lift you up, challenge you to be better, and encourage you to strive for more? Or do they drag you down, focus on the negative, and keep you stuck in your comfort zone? The truth is, you're the average of the people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by individuals who are constantly settling for less, making excuses, or complaining about their circumstances, chances are you'll start to adopt those same behaviors. Success isn't just about personal effort, it's about being in the right environment with the right influences that push you to keep growing. But it's not just the people you're around, it's the physical environment you create for yourself. If your space is cluttered, disorganized, or uninspiring, that's going to affect your mindset. A chaotic environment leads to a chaotic mind, and a chaotic mind can't focus on the work that needs to be done. If you want to be productive, if you want to get things done, you need to create a space that encourages focus, clarity, and growth. Keep your surroundings clean, organized, and conducive to the type of work you're aiming to achieve. When your physical environment is in order, your thoughts and actions follow suit. Even the media you consume plays a part. What you watch, read, and listen to has a direct impact on how you think, what you believe, and how you act. If you constantly feed your mind with negativity, distractions, or irrelevant information, that's what you'll reflect in your actions. But if you fill your mind with valuable knowledge, motivational content, and success-driven ideas, you'll find yourself thinking differently, acting differently, and achieving differently. The environment you expose yourself to shapes your mindset and ultimately your results.